So one question came about the first sloka, first verse of Bhagavad Gita, that you mentioned in the interpretation of the first sloka that weeds need to be removed from the paddy field, and similarly, the weeds of vices need to be removed from society. But does it mean that sinners are to be punished by humans? Is it not true that humans are not to judge any other? Only God can judge us. We get rewarded or punished for our own karmas. So thank you very much for asking this question. So first of all, I'd like to clarify that this is not my interpretation. It is the knowledge is coming down in a guru disciple parampara, and this particular thing that I'm mentioning, everything is coming from the Bhagavad Gita, that is mentioned by, that is commented by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and a little bit of understanding that I have. So interpretation could be different in varieties of situations. So as they say, interpretation could lead to a change in the meaning. So here the meaning is kept intact, but the message is conveyed. So whatever it takes for me to convey the message, keeping the meaning intact, that I'm doing. So the purpose is not to go off track from what Krishna is saying to Arjuna, and to keep the meaning intact of what Arjuna is understanding and what Krishna is saying. So that's the first thing. And the main thing, so I'll just explain each point by point. So again, the antisocial elements are punished by authorized government personnel, I mean, even in the present society. So I hope you will agree with that. So those who are deciding that who will be punished for whatever their activities, they are also human beings. So it's not that human beings do not punish other human beings, but those human beings who are in the position of higher power, those who have the right kind of understanding, those who have the right kind of knowledge and empowerment to punish others, they are capable and they are empowered to do that. So they qualify, and they are actually awarded with higher powers to execute the punishment in the society, and those personnel are actually highly qualified, and they are put in a certain position in the society so that they can take those decisions. And it does not mean that you and me are qualified to judge or punish people. But if we end up doing that, we will actually spoil our relationship with that person, because we are not in a position to judge anyone, we are not in a position to punish anyone. So to the extent that in a family atmosphere, a person may need to do some kind of administrative decisions, take some administrative decisions, so that the family functions properly. So in a family, that kind of administration is required by the family heads. So when it comes to society, there are people, those who are empowered with that, they should take care of that. So the level of punishment that we are talking here is, Krishna is advising Arjuna, or he's educating Arjuna to kill the antisocial elements. So we should not be, and we are not in a position to do that. We should never do that. That does not say that. So what is mentioned here is that we should not take up those kind of actions, because Krishna did not take to this kind of decision in the sense that taking the Pandavas and getting into the war. This was the last thing that Krishna is doing. Krishna tried every peacemaking formula. He tried literally everything to convince the Kauravas that don't get into fight. He went into up to this level that at least give 5 villages. At least give 5 villages so that they are the Kshatriyas, they can rule those 5 villages and stay peacefully. Even Duryodhana did not agree to that. So up till then, there was some scope of avoiding the fight. But when something goes beyond a certain level, then there is to be some decision that needs to be taken. So that's what was done by Krishna at this point. So, so when Krishna is telling that I have already decided to uproot the trees, you just uproot the weeds, you just become an instrument. So whatever karma we will be getting back, so whatever reactions that we will be getting back, at the from the person whom we are getting those reactions. Now that person could become the instrument of our karma. So that person could become an instrument of our karma, in the sense that we will be getting either rewarded or punished. But we cannot be having any grudging feeling or having any bad feeling towards that person. So the reactions of karma would come in any ways. They could come in the through the family members, they could come through the friends, they could come through any person in the society, they could come through the office colleagues or superiors or juniors or somebody, anybody. It could come from anyone. The reaction could come from anyone. So if the reaction comes, we should just accept that, okay, whatever is happening, it could be because of something that I have done in the past. I should reform. So the only reaction that we can have is, or only lesson that we can learn from that particular instance that is coming through any person who is becoming the instrument of our karma, is that we grow, is that we learn from that instant, or learn from that situation, or learn from that particular mistake. So whatever we have done. So again, it is not that that instrument is having any, if that instrument of karma may have some grudges against us, or may have some ill feelings about us. I mean, we cannot go and explain to that person why you are feeling like that. You are educated in the knowledge of Gita. You can decide to grow, or decide to learn, or decide to learn a lesson from that particular situation. But you cannot go and tell that I am becoming the instrument of karma for you. That's again a wrong approach. So whatever is coming to us, we should accept it, we should learn from that, we should grow in that, and we should take a lesson from that particular situation or the reaction that is coming to us. But we cannot be the means to become the deliberate instrument of his or her karma, so we cannot, so that becomes revenge, which is not again correct. So karma has the laws in place, but when someone gets into the mode of revenge, it gets sinful, it gets wrong, it does not become correct. So I hope that is clear. So what the question that was made was in that line, so I'm just clarifying that. So thank you very much for that question, and please take this, and then hope that is clear.